company, and a great atmosphere, and I was learning from a lot of good people as well. So I now have over about 3,000 harvesters. You know what I mean? Like literally, and we already launched our pro
So
version now.
what's the purpose of doing this? I call it. What do they call it? This is a. I know, but do they have a give it a the video podcast? They have another name for it. What do they call it? I don't know.
I'm
Sometimes
more
you hear
calling it.
different terminology. Yeah. So what's the purpose of? Let's say you're interviewing all these so many people, and I'm sure you have a channel, YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That's where you're doing. What's the
It's a
purpose of?
series, yeah. So it's a series. It's really for me to gather. I want to get the ears of every agent possible, and I want them to be able to go to a space and actually listen to some of the greatest minds, sharpest
So
people
I have
in the
advice
industry.
for you. It's good that you are interviewing journeys of the successful people in this industry, which is your
Yeah,
lane. But I think expand it to other industry. Why? Because the journey of the success
parallels.
is pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty much when you listen to all the story of the successful people, you realize they got so much common denominator. Somebody could be the king of a furniture, and
yeah,
somebody could be a king of the real estate. Somebody could be a king of the IT, but they have so much similarities.
100%.
So, and I think audience gets really attracted to the storytelling.
Of this, does you think that realtors would be, so for example, say I go talk to like the different head figures that are in the industry.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't. Yeah, because what's your goal is here is, I think your podcast. What's your message? You want to share that everything is possible,
right.
everything is doable, but it takes hard work. It takes
Ooh,
dedication. It's not easy. Uh, it's mindset. So many things we can
yeah,
talk about it.
yeah, yeah.
But
No,
anyway,
amazing.
it's your show. Your call. What's
Let's
the
do it.
show called? What's the
Mic
show
check.
called?
There's no name for it yet, man.
No,
Oh, top dollar, top
top
dollar,
top dollar.
top dollar, top in podcast, man.
Okay,
Serious, just do it. But it's great though. It's hearing this is like you're gonna love the questions. Like I
go
crafted
for
them. I crafted them just for you.
go for it. I am an easy guy.
So I first have my infamous intro. You ready?
Go for it.
Just what it is, right? Let me know if I get the. Let me know if I screw this up. Okay.
No problem.
All right. So mic checks are all good. Steve, how you doing, man?
Fantastic.
Good. Happy to have you here.
Thank you very much for
So I
inviting me.
have an intro for you. Give me a hype. Don't be hanging, brother. All right. So who do we have here today? We got Steve Tabrasi. So he's the CEO and partner of Remax Hallmark of Companies, the number one Remax franchise in the world. With the background in industrial engineering and years of leadership experience, Steve manages daily operations across 40 offices and supports over 2,000 agents across Ontario.
Wow.
Ooh. Known for his direct leadership style, Steve helped build a culture focused on agent growth, mindset, and service. He built his own real estate business, doing 91 deals a year from a 556 person database, driven by relationships, not advertising. Am I doing good?
My God,
he helped
you remember all of our conversation.
he helped launch Manifest Mondays, a mindset initiative to help agents start their week strong. Originally from Iran, Steve immigrated to Canada with only a backpack and a motorcycle, determined to create a better life. How does that sound, man?
Wow, my God.
I did some research.
I need the
You
copy
want
of
that,
that
don't you?
introduction. I want the copy. That's perfect.
It's good though.
Uh,
Honestly, I love that.
I've been interviewed a lot, but
Yeah,
you really put it
I put it in there.
together.
There you go,
You really
brother.
put it
So I
together.
love, man. All right, I love it too. So
Uh,
let's jump into part one of this interview, okay?
so,
And we're just gonna talk about you coming from Iran
yeah.
to Canada, and then building what you built. So, Steve, you left Iran just on a motorcycle and a backpack. So, where did that bravery come from, and how did it shape how you operate today, both in life and in leadership? Deep, huh?
Wow, the deep
I
question.
know.
Bravery. Where did bravery come?
So where did that
You,
bravery come from? Because not everybody just
uh,
does what you
you
did.
see, life is about the circumstances and the situation that you're placed in.
Okay.
So back in 1984, which was a very deadly war was happening in the Middle East between Iran and Iraq. I am
Okay.
born Iranian, and in Iran, the military service is mandatory. So during the
I
wartime,
didn't know that.
yeah, during the wartime,
Wow.
many countries in Middle East, the military service 2 years is mandatory. So as soon as you get your high school diploma, if you don't get accepted to university, you have to go to you have about a year grace to get your admission for university. Otherwise, you got to do your military, then go to university. So unfortunately, I couldn't get to university, and my mother was against me go for military service because my mother used to have this joke, says, no, you're going to go vertical, you're going to come back horizontal, meaning you're going to be dead.
Right.
So,
Right.
and for about, when I look at my life, look at it, I said, what a journey, and what is the will of this universe wanted for me.
Right.
So for about 9 to 10 months at the age of 19, back in homeland in Iran, I practiced real estate with a rental agency.
Okay.
Because I couldn't go to university. I had a year to decide, go to military, do something. And then parents were against it. The war was quite deadly in 1984. Started in
Wow.
1980, finished 1988. But 1984 was quite deadly because the Iranian army was advancing. It was sort of millions of people, young people, lost their life. So you, back to your question, how the bravery come? The bravery always come from when you have no choices in life.
100%. That's what I was gonna say. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
You basically just
Back
say,
against the
okay,
wall.
what you gonna do? What is the worst thing could happen to you?
Right.
So
Die.
die, captured, go to military service.
Right.
And I basically had that leap of faith, and I said, hell to it, I'm gonna escape.
Yeah.
But I never forget when
Were
I
you
was
legal when you came? This was with that?
no,
You
I
were legal.
basically I
Yeah,
could.
just-
When you don't do your military service, you can't get your passport.
Right.
So I had to escape Iran illegally, enter to other country illegally.
Right.
Some people refer to it as a now in the modern society refugee.
Right.
So I had a fake passport, escaped from Iran. When I'm on the back of that motorcycle of that
Is there
smuggler.
statute limits for breaking the law? I don't know.
No,
No,
it's
okay.
not. I'm telling the truth because even the kid.
Hallmark CEO handcuffs after this meeting.
No, Canadian immigration also knows about
Canadian
all my story. I told the
Yeah.
truth.
Knocking
I'm
on
at
the
the-
podcaster's door here,
No.
saying, "Are you housing?"
No,
Yeah.
at the back of that motorcycle, I never forget the smuggler what he told me. He said, "Hang tight. We're jumping over the border."
Who was a girl? A girl? A guy?
A guy.
A guy.
A
sorry,
guy.
Yeah. Okay.
And he says, if the border patrol shoot at us, hold
Wow.
tight. If you hit, hold tight. I'll get you to a hospital. But if you drop from the back of a
You're
motorcycle,
done.
I'm not coming back.
And who was
Uh,
this guy?
And a smuggler. The smuggler
You
that
had
I
to pay him?
found. Yeah, I paid. Of course,
This is
smuggler.
wild,
they
man.
want money.
This could be a-
And you know what? The smuggling and people looking for a good life, good journey, sadly, still does exist. A few nights ago, if you read the reports, look at the TV, I was watching an episode about people
Wow.
from Africa are escaping through the sea to Europe
Oh,
and-
on the boat,
on a floating boat.
floating,
on
yeah,
floating
yeah.
boat. And
saw that.
500 people just died in the last 2 weeks because they drowned. So the bravery come from there. And then I had no choice. And
So this is how, and we're gonna get to this later on. Of
Yeah.
you're straight to the point. You're like no fluff. So that type of bravery.
life
now,
is
how
too
does-
short.
So how does that lead into leadership now, and how you run and how you manage people? I'm sure that like you've seen the worst, I guess.
so-
you just- yeah.
Leadership.
Yeah.
What do people expect from a leader? Some people refer to a leader as a boss. Some people refer to a leader as an executive. Some people refer to a leader, my manager, whatever title you want to give it. I do believe leadership is setting the example,
Right.
about telling the truth,
Right.
about being transparent. I always ask myself, if what I'm preaching to my agent, or if I'm coaching to the other people, doesn't matter, they are in the real estate industry, I'm sharing my experience of the business and a life journey. Have I done it myself?
Right.
And if I've done it myself, then I believe in my abilities and skill set, the strategies, what I've done. But if I have not done it and I'm just trying to teach them a textbook,
Right.
then am I a good leader or not?
Right.
So I have always tried to simply be candid, transparent, tell them the truth.
So your thoughts about people that coach and train that never done it before in their life, you're not a fan of that?
Well, listen.
Be careful, Steve.
Yeah. You're putting me in an awkward spot.
Yeah.
No, I love with I have tremendous respect for a lot of coaches, for a lot of practitioners, for a lot of people who are in the coaching or teaching industry, but sadly, that industry is saturated.
Right.
Some people are really good at it. Some people are really good at it without even being in the industry as a practitioner.
Right.
But the real good one, when you look at the history, they have done it.
Yeah.
They have done it. And doing it is not about, oh, they were $1 million producer, now they became a coach. No. You must feel the pain and the challenge of your student.
100%. I believe that.
What they go through it every day. It's like you have a team.
Right.
What's the point of you come to your office, Kenneth, and just say, okay, you got to make these calls. You got to do this door knock. You got to use this script, but you don't do it.
Yeah.
And if I'm your student, I just said, okay, can you hold my hands? Can you do it with me together? Can we go door knock together? Can we make a call together? Can we do an open house together? Can I watch you how you do it?
Right.
Those are the real leaders.
I love it. Okay. So great start off. I love that. And I think you answered the question about bravery and leadership because you have been through so much, risking being shot at, leaving Iran. Like, you don't care if the feedback is negative or positive. If it's the truth, if they're angry, they don't like it, you're just like, hey, man.
Listen, you have to embrace the feedback. Once you have a tolerance of listening to the good feedback, some people refer to it as a criticism, and don't take it personal and learn from it, you become a better leader.
I can't wait to that part of the seminar, of the question when you on how you got me to Hallmark.
Yeah.
You think you're good, huh?
Yeah. Well, we'll get there.
That's it. You think you're good over there?
Yeah, that's a transparency.
Yeah, you were.
But if you be afraid, and if you believe what you are telling people that you are trying to help, that you are afraid that they get offended, you have not served them the best.
I think we have the best story together. You know that? Like I'm going to argue one of your top 10 stories of transitioning. Well, I'll get there. Hold on. So let's go, Steve. So you talk a lot about daily discipline. Like that, I know you talk about a lot. So was that formed from hardship, or was it something you learned as you built your life here? So where did that whole discipline mindset come from?
Combination of the both. My father, rest in peace, he was very demanding individual.
Okay.
I never had the privilege of sleeping till 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. My father always wanted me do something around the house, do something to help him. And then as I got involved with my education, with my career, and also get coached by many people. When you have discipline, discipline comes first from a mindset.
Right.
A lot of people in any business, they suffer from a mindset. If you don't have a right mindset and the right vision and right attitude, then you don't have a discipline. When you don't have a discipline, you don't have a consistency. When you don't have a consistency, you don't have a predictability of your business. So discipline is not something that people are born with it. They are trained themselves.
And your dad, you would say, at a very young age.
My dad was a massive, massive mentor to me. He was an icon for me. I lost him 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
But he literally, our culture, Iranian culture, is the man, the boy, has responsibilities. And responsibilities of providing, carrying the family. Some people call it old-fashioned culture. But I learned through that sort of environment and culture to be responsible. When
Yeah.
you learn to be responsible with your action, you by default become disciplined, because in order to be responsible for your action, you got to have a system, you got to have a
Right.
mindset, you got to have a plan, you got to be disciplined, you got to be consistent. Otherwise, the outcome could
Right.
be really totally different than what you expect.
So it wasn't like you came into Canada, built your real estate career, then realized, oh, a coach told you have to be disciplined. Like you
No,
came
I
in,
know, I know.
like you pretty much had
Yeah,
a disciplined mindset.
one thing was really caused me by my father was the attitude of everything is possible.
Right.
So I share, maybe you haven't heard about this story. When I came to Canada in December 16, 1988,
Okay.
and you come, I apply for refugee. Within every community, there are a bunch
Whoa.
of within
My
every
notes are on my phone. Sorry,
within
guys.
every community, there are a bunch of friends that they tell you, "Oh, welcome to Canada," this
Yep.
and that, and you ask around. You said, "Oh, how long does it take to get your permanent residency or PR card?"
Yeah.
And then I never forget, people told me, "Oh, come on, it takes about 2 to 3 years." And I look at people and say, "What do you mean 2 to 3 years?" No, 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 no. I should get it in 6 months. And people start laughing at me. For 9 months, Kenneth, I used to live at 34 Staley Terrace, which is Birchmount and McNichol. I was renting a room. I didn't have a car. There was a bus number 11, Birchmount, goes all the way south to Kennedy Station. Kennedy Station, go all the way west to
Then you know you're a
Kipling
real one when
Station.
you're naming off.
Yeah. And
Like,
and from
you ain't
Kipling,
lying. Yeah, you
and from Kipling, and from Kipling, take a bus, go to 77 City Center in Square One, which is
okay.
Mississauga Immigration Office, for 9 months. 3 days a week, I went there, and I got my landed paper in 9 months.
Wow.
Consistency,
Wow.
persistent. If you really have a will, everything is possible. I became, literally, pardon my language, pain in the butt for the immigration office, because I was showing up there 3 days a week and inquiring about my case. So that's
but
a
did you
discipline.
meet the same person at this teller
There-
that told
there
you the
was-
same thing?
There was
Like,
the
bro, I
guy.
just saw you.
There
like,
was the
yesterday.
guy. There was
Like,
a guy. There was a guy. You name it. There was a guy at the reception.
Yeah.
It was the same guy. Every time he saw me during
like-
those weeks, he said, "Tabrizi." He used to call me by my last name. He said, "Tabrizi, since 2 days ago,
Nothing's
nothing has changed to your file." And then I said, "Hey, can you check?" And it paid off, because finally somebody from the back office came forward and it says, "Stop harassing us." And I was persistent. I said, "No, I want to know the status of my file." And you want to call it my luck, you want to call it the destiny, this individual helped me to
Yeah.
expedite my file.
You know what's interesting? So I told my son, and it's funny because I make my son, on my stories on Instagram, I'll be up at like 7:30 in the morning, and my son's practicing baseball because he's training. So I'm that dad that's like, get up. If you want to be successful, work hard. And then I was telling him, like, when you look outside at 7:30 a.m., like, do you see any of your friends? Do you see anybody? It's you and nobody's here, right? Nobody's here. And I said that when you're successful now, when you're batting average, which what it is actually, it was one of the worst on the team because it was his first year. Now it's the best. I'm like, so when you are successful and you do start improving, I don't want to hear luck. I don't believe in this luck thing.
No.
I believe in you putting in the work. Other people will say, "Oh, you're just naturally gifted. You're so young." No. It's I don't believe in this. So you taking the bus to the immigration office 3 days a week,
9 months.
for 9 months, and then you're successful. That's not lucky.
So
no.
luck, what happened
Yeah.
to you with the luck? Is you brought a good point.
Maybe a bit of luck there. Maybe,
Persistence
yeah.
cause luck for you. You end up, during that persistent process, you become, I think it's not luck, you get lucky, you get encounter or start to know people
Yeah, you know
that
people.
they admire your tenacity.
Right.
Life is all about the timing and taking the risk.
Right.
So your son now, because you're encouraging him, inspiring him, he's having a good average, maybe in a scout, see that talent in the
Right.
kid. That's now refer to a luck. But the scout wheel, the talent, because your son put up with the work and hard work and has a good average.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay, let's go. Just great questions. Okay, so part 2. All right, we're going to talk about building your career, right? So you did. I didn't even know this. To be honest. So you did 91 deals. So you've done 91 deals in a year.
I did 8 years in the row, 91 transaction by myself.
That's crazy. And what was interesting is that you only had, you said 556 people in your
When
database.
I decided to open a brokerage, my last number of sphere of influence, or I call it traded transaction, was 556 names that I transacted with them. Yes, my actual A-type client on the database was 556 transaction. I had a 74% rate of referral from that 556 people. I literally had a very simple plan. If you would have bought a house with me, it wasn't your choice. On a 3 years anniversary, you had 2 options with me. Either you move up or you're investing the second home. I wanted my customers, I wasn't chasing the commission or a transaction. I wanted to build the wealth for my each individual client the same way that I built it for myself.
I should do that actually. I should call them, give them all investment properties. Crazy.
So building wealth. So if you share the story with your client, the clients always ask you, those days at least, I'm sure, say, hey, Steve, do you believe in real estate? Of course, we're in this business. We believe in real estate. Oh, how many real estate you invested yourself? I told them the truth, how I did it, how am I doing it? Still, I'm doing it. And my story with them was very simple. I want you to become even the same position of me or better than me.
Right.
And if my wife used to tell me, are you crazy? You're calling customer on a 3rd year anniversary and tell them you have to move. They love the school. They love the neighborhood. And I simply used to call them, and it was honest to God, this is exact. I said, it's time to move. And they all used to laugh. I said, get lost, Steve. What are you talking about? I said, you know what? The townhouse that we bought for $200,000 now worth $300,000. And you remember you were dreaming of that double car garage? I think I got that double car garage for you.
Right.
But it comes from a position of not, I want to do a transaction for a commission. I really want to help you to build your wealth. So every of those customers that I had, I transacted for their parents. I transacted for their children. I downsized them. I upsized them. It was all about the relationship.
Yeah.
It was all about the relationship. It wasn't I do a transaction and I'm done, I'm finished with you. No, I helped the clients for 3 or 5 years after every transaction. They had me on a speed dial. Oh, we have a leak in the basement. Well, our furnace doesn't work. Oh, Steve, we're buying a property in US, which I don't have, no license, nothing there. What's your opinion? If you give genuinely the information and care to the people, and you don't look at them as a dollar sign,
right,
the relationship becomes gold.
Yeah, I 100%. That's powerful, man.
And I have so many friends, now lifetime friends, that my family, myself, we have socialized with them. We have traveled with them. And it's funny, they were all my past clients, many of them. And they now, some of these days, they look at me, they said, do you transact in real estate still? I said, no, I got 2,000 agents.
So how did you, so how did you go this cold turkey there? I'm just curious. So like they started calling you and then you were like, sorry, I don't sell anymore. Did you gradually?
So in 2006, when I decided to open my first brokerage, I basically, for about 3 years, from 2006 to 2009, I still was selling. But I told them what I've done. I told them, remember I was practicing as a solo realtor, then I had a small team. Now I opened my own brokerage, but I still sell. But eventually I communicate with them. I said, I'm not selling. I'm not selling anymore. But you're more than welcome to call me today at 4:30. This is the truth. I got a call last night. One of my very good friends, he's actually very interesting. He works with one of our Hallmark agents. And he said, I need your opinion about this house. And I said, you are in a good hands. He said, no, can you make it? So today at 4:30, I'm going to see this house, give my opinion.
No commission, man.
No,
You're crazy.
no,
I'll
no,
get it for you. Don't
no,
worry.
no.
You're rich, man. You're too rich
No,
for
it's
that.
not about the
No, I'm
rich.
joking. I'm playing.
It's not about the rich. It's about this friends
Yeah.
has given me so much business when I was practicing,
Right.
and now has become a good friend and is buying this property for his son. So for me, this is the right thing to do.
Right.
Listen, real estate transaction or any sales. I love cars. I'm a car fanatic.
Okay.
So, or furniture. I'm looking at this studio here. I see some beautiful sofas here.
Yeah, it's okay.
But, well, no, they're okay.
I know,
They're
no, it's
great.
amazing. I love
They're
it.
great. They're great. But what? Imagine you go buy furniture.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a totally different feeling and experience by the salesperson. You feel you're welcome. You feel that they
Yeah.
care. You feel that they said, oh, can I come to your home and do some measurement for you?
Right.
And you can see that you can buy this sofa or this car, maybe
Yeah.
$500 cheaper somewhere else. But that experience doesn't allow you to go negotiate with them or go somewhere else because you care about the experience. So real
Right.
estate transaction is a journey of the experience. You create that experience. You got that client for lifetime. Lifetime.
It's interesting because why I love real estate is that everybody grows their business. If you realize this differently, the people like that we know will get all their listings in a small little pocket. Some will be all over. Some, and for me, as I learned from even hearing you talk, like you did it in a way where I didn't do it that way. And even when I leave here today, I can go back home and be like, I can add to my arsenal. Because for me, I was always okay being like the sixth man, meaning like, hey, listen, I'm just gonna come throw up the shot. I love you. If you need me, call me. We want to talk. I've been that guy. So because I've been the door knocker. Want to sell? No. Okay, boom. Want to sell? No, boom. So very transactional in that sense. I do have a strong a repeat business, so they call me. But when it comes down to like maximizing the referral part, I need to do a better job, I think, on being a bit more involved.
One of my coaching tips today. One of my coaching advice to the agent is, oh, Steve, we are building a relationship and a transaction happen. I'm sorry to say it this way, but the reality is you are in the sales business. When you knock my door, you're looking for that transaction.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
After the transaction, once I decide to start a transaction with you, then you're going to empower me with that experience.
Right.
Then the relationship comes.
Right.
Many agents, they make a mistake of knocking at the door. They are saying, oh, what a beautiful day. They don't get to the point.
Right.
That's what I call it.
Right.
Okay. I'm here. I got a buyer, or I don't have a buyer, but I love to have a listing in this
100%.
neighborhood.
Yes.
Are you interested to sell
Yes
or
or
no?
no?
Yes or no? If no, I don't get it.
Right.
Would you like to get some information from me on a regular basis about your neighborhood? Great. Fantastic. I sell it to you.
In game. I love it.
This is the
Yeah,
game.
Yeah, 100%.
But now from that experience and relationship, you make a difference in their life and they love you forever.
Right.
And then they call you down the road. Now imagine that relationship of after the transaction, you take it from level 3
Right.
to level 10.
Right.
And I know it's exhausting.
100%.
I know it's time consuming,
Yes. Yeah.
but they become your fan.
Right.
They become your advocate. When they are at the party, they brag about you. And now as we go forward with the younger generation, everything is about rating,
Right.
Google rating, restaurant, this, that. Guess what? You don't need to be on a Google rating. You are on these database rating.
Right.
All your fan base, they're giving you 10 out of 10.
Right.
And if somebody says, do you know a good realtor? The first thing they're going to say, oh,
That's
you
it.
will love my guy.
I loved it. Okay. No, I love that. So you answered that question pretty much through and through. That's why I love that. So the next one I have is you help your clients with everything, as you just said. Now, when it comes, why does old school service still I think you answered it, but like, why does old school service still outperform new school hype? And I think you just answered that by talking about Google and
Yeah, but
reviews and
you got a really powerful questions. I think we have lost our identity as an agent.
Preach, brother.
Yeah, you know why? You know, we are so much on social media.
Right.
We are becoming an economist. We are becoming an entrepreneur. We are becoming a coach. We are becoming now the word that I love. I'm an
Influencer.
influencer.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
that.
an
Yeah.
influencer. Influencer of what? Okay. Oh, you know, the agents, they are getting caught on this idea. Steve, take a look at my post. I got 10,000 like. I got 2,000 like. But I'm looking at the likes and I'm seeing 9,956 of them are realtors.
Right.
And I'm saying, okay, once you lose your identity, who you are,
Mm-hmm.
in the today era versus the old era was 10 times harder than today's era. We literally physically had to engage with people, either by voice or in person.
Yeah, belly to
Right
belly, yeah.
now, the social media, the internet, the AI now has given us an superpower
Right.
to get in front of 10,000 people instantly,
Yeah.
to get in front of 100,000 instantly. But what are we doing with that audience?
Yeah.
Are we in front of the right audience?
Mhm.
Do we have the right content out there?
Right.
And why, if you take a look at the survey of this most successful agent in the industry, they haven't lost their identity.
Right.
They don't call themselves influencer. They don't call themselves entrepreneur. They don't call themselves coach. They simply call themselves sales representative or realtor or a broker.
Right.
Period.
Got
Period.
You. Got you. So the old school still wins.
Yeah. Branding. Look at the branding. You know, I pass by so many branding and I have to figure out, are you a realtor? Are you an architect? Are you an
Right.
interior designer? Are you a landscaping sign over there? Who are you?
Right.
Who are you?
Right. Yeah, yeah. I feel you.
Consumers, they want authenticity.
Right.
Everybody thinks a show, it's going to be a sellable and bring leads. An authentic show will bring leads.
Right.
I give you an example. We have an agent named Al Sinclair, a great guy. CTV, he has this show for last 20 years. He goes to the studio and public calls him. There's no fluff. There's nothing. Al dressed nicely with the suit. And they ask the question, how is the market? What's what interest rate? And Al just simply explained their concern.
Yeah. I've heard. I never heard the show, but I've definitely heard people talk about the show.
This show has been going on for 30 years.
Wow.
And never been canceled. Never been canceled. Because people are confused. The internet has confused people. Somebody says good market. Somebody says bad market. Somebody says interest rate going down by 0.5 point. Somebody says, no, it's going to go up. Somebody says Trump this, Trump that. People are so confused. They don't know to put the piece of the puzzle together.
Gotcha.
A good realtor can help them to give them a direction.
So now let's jump in. No, that's why I love that. So let's just jump into the a fun part. So this is kind of the impact on our relationship, right? So you told me back in the day, come to Hallmark, and then you said that how much money did you say I was going to make?
I told you, I said, you have so much ability that you should easily make $1 million.
Right. So the question I have for you here is, and 2 years later I did that. Right. So the question now, like, so what I'm just curious. So what was it that you saw at that moment that made you say, Ken, you're going to make $1 million?
Okay.
And I can help you do it. Why were you so confident?
Okay. Why I was so confident? No disrespect to any other company, any other brokerage, or any other brand. Everybody is good.
Yeah.
But the reality, when I left my previous brokerage and then when I joined RE/MAX brand, I was told RE/MAX agents are aggressive. They are crazy. They are 800-pound gorillas. No, Steve, you are doing good. You are making good money. You don't need to go to that environment. My coach told me, do you rather be with the successful people or do you rather be on a cruise line, basically sailing smooth in a sea, but if there is a thunder in that sea, do you think you can survive or not?
Right.
So I wanted different. I wanted more. So when I saw you, you wanted more, truly. I could
Right.
feel it that you wanted more,
100%.
but you were not sure, and which is natural. That do we have the ability to do it? It's not only us we did it, Kenneth. I don't want to get Hallmark or me or anybody within leadership. We don't get the full credit. It takes two to tango.
Yeah.
You came in, you got associated with the group of successful people in your office. You saw, you got inspired,
Yeah.
you got encouraged. You ask yourself this question. This was when I was practicing. I always was looking at the person that I want to be like them.
Yeah.
And I said, what's the difference between them and me?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. Look, how come they wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning? Okay, I'm going to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. They're doing 100 doors. I'm doing 120 doors. So that environment influences you. And
Yeah.
then it gives you courage. That environment also causes you to say, okay, let me get more coaching. Let me learn from this person. Let me learn that person. The environment
Yeah.
is the key.
And it matters because, and just so you guys know the kind of small little background. So it was, Sam was hounding me down for a while. And then Sam brought me to the office, I think one time, and then I didn't sign up at that moment.
Yeah.
And then I believe that Sam brought me in a second time.
I was
and that
there.
was when you were there.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Sam told you to come. So then you were there.
Do you remember what I told you?
100%. You're just funny.
That was
man.
rude.
Yeah, I'm like, who the? I'm like, so I'm there. So I'm
So
a
who
top
the hell
guy.
is this
Who
guy?
does this guy think he is? So I'm a top guy in my old brokerage. Well, not. I realized later I was top in the Durham office, but not in the whole company. But at least in the Durham office. So I was still feeling nice because I was still a big shark in where I was. So when you were like, and then you were just funny. Like you just said, how's your career? How your numbers doing? How's your career going? I'm like, yeah, it's going good. You know, I'm
Yeah.
feeling nice. You're like, hey, well, hold on, I have your numbers right here, but you plateaued. Like I see your stats. You're not growing. You've been the same here, same in this year, same that year. So you just kind of laid out my whole, and you saw that I wasn't growing, right? And then you're like, you know what? Like guys like you, realtors like you, there's these boxes you told me, and then you're just gonna be one of those guys, in that box of like say 20 to 30 deals a year, and you'll end your career in that box. But if you want to get to this next box, then you're gonna come here. And then it was the shortest. You weren't there long. You were like, I don't have time for this, so like let me know if you're serious. Then
No,
you left.
because what I
I'm
saw,
like, yo, bro,
what
who
I
is this guy?
no, so it goes back to your earlier question,
Yeah.
transparency. I had two choices there in short period:
Yeah.
to tell you the truth or to fluff it.
Right.
I decided to tell you the truth, and the truth was you were in denial.
Right.
You were in denial.
Yeah.
You did the same figure 3-4 years in the row. You were content. And my message, I remember with you, I said, if you're happy with that number, I respect that. Stay
Yeah.
where you are.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, stay where you are.
Happy
But
there.
if you really want to go to the next place,
Yeah.
it's not like you're disrespecting your previous brokerage.
Right.
There is nothing like that. You simply just say, thank you very much for bringing me to the level that I am right now. But in order from this level, I need to go to the next level. I need a stronger, bigger system, team, coaching behind me. And that's all about it is. Maybe 5 years from now or 10 years from now, I won't be that guy also to take you from this to the next level.
Right.
Nobody knows. But one thing I know, we haven't become complacent in this company. We can't.
And why I think that it's interesting. What hallmark I believe, because people will ask me hallmark. I'm like, see what you guys have built, because you've built it in a way where you want to help grow people's business, and it's been authentic. Now that you've been in the game for so long, there's so many top performers that happen to be in the company.
Yeah.
So now that you've built that, I can now come over, and you're right, because when I first came to the ADOC office, I was going to leave my office that day. I saw Mary Roy, I saw Dorothy, I saw these art group, and they're all making more money than me. So, well, not Dorothy at the time. So, I just beat her the first year. I'm gonna hold that title until she blew me out of the park later on. But either way, I just saw, but I knew Dorothy from the industry, so I knew she was a top performer. So I was gonna leave early one day. I'm like, I'm leaving, but these guys are staying. So I just went back and I just stayed longer. I saw this top 50 list that I wasn't on, and I was like,
motivated you.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, no, I'm gonna have to be on this list now. So my motivation was kicked in, and I remember when I went back to my other office, And the day that I joined wasn't that day. I think another day I went back and then I saw a boardroom and I saw all of those same guys in the boardroom. And then I went back to my office and I was the only person there, like usual, me and the front desk person. There's I was there be by myself, and I was sitting there. I'm like, I just came from an office where I saw a bunch of people that are making more than me, and now I'm back here, and I just realized that I think I'm in the
Environment.
wrong environment, right? Because
Yeah.
that environment. So then I joined in Hallmark, and then I wasn't one of the top guys, but then eventually, obviously, this work, and I climbed up, and then I hit my first mill that time. But it was very impactful for me because like that was a transition in my whole life where I literally was like, hey, and when I wasn't mad at you, by the way. I was like, yo, this guy just boxed me. This would happen, and but with facts, so I wasn't mad at it, and it was
Numbers, they
all
don't lie.
and numbers don't
No
men lie, women
lie.
lie, numbers don't. I'm like, okay, you got a point. Okay, fine, fair enough.
You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot BS people.
Yes,
You
100%.
have to provide them when you go on a listing presentation, buyer
Yep.
presentation, recruiting presentation, selling a car, selling a sofa. You gotta state the facts. The facts and also the numbers, they don't lie. I firmly believe in terms of the numbers. And that's how it's gonna work. Otherwise, how are you gonna convince people? It's just a regular chat and talk. It doesn't work anymore.
Right.
It doesn't work. Also, you gotta remember, I talked about this 2 days ago with someone. Life journey, there is a point in your life, for me was 206, that
Okay.
you take a chance. And that take a chance with the right people
Mm-hmm.
make a huge difference in your life.
Right.
That's the chance.
Right.
And when the people, they don't take chance, they
Mhm.
don't take risk, nothing wrong with them. If they're happy what they are doing, it could be they have a normal job,
Right.
kudos to them. They're happy.
Right.
But if you really constantly craving in your mind that, no, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I'm not willing to take a chance, it's not going to happen. You better
Yeah.
take the chance.
And that chance of leaving where I was, that was very hard. I was there for 10 years. A very, very, very long time.
My first
and
brokerage,
love my broker.
my first brokerage,
guy.
I was there for 12 years.
Yeah.
I was the number 2 person there. Number 2.
Okay.
Listen, but I didn't look at opening a brokerage because I want to be a broker owner. No, I said I want to build a company. I want to build a successful company. Ken, Deborah, and I never forget, in 2009, 2010, we said, wow, could be a day we have 1,000 agents. It was like a dream of the 3 kids
Yeah.
sitting around a table and they're saying, hey, could mommy buys us a nice ice cream today?
Yeah.
No, we were just dreaming. And then we would just say, yeah, it's doable. Let's talk about it. Let's see how we can do it.
Yeah.
And then when we got the letter in 2016 that we had 1,000 agents, we look at each other. We said, okay, that's it. What about next?
Yeah. 1,000.
What about another 1,000?
Yeah. But now that I've spoken to all of you, like Ken, Deborah, and yourself, it's crazy how you guys actually have built the number 1 franchise like on planet Earth. You know what I mean? In the Remax network, at least. You know what I mean? And the story is just the definition of organic. Like so Ken coming from, I think it was Calgary
Calgary,
coming
Alberta.
in, Deb coming from like somewhere in
Windsor.
Windsor. You coming from Iran.
Yeah.
You guys all like
Yeah, but
the God is kind of like merged,
all three of
amalgamated.
yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
take the chance in life.
Yeah, it's a
When I
wild story, man.
206, when I met both of them,
Yeah.
I basically take this leap of faith and I said, okay, I like these 2.
Oh, well, how did that happen? Because yeah, you know what? It's not on my questions, but because you had your own brokers before.
I had my own brokerage called Remax Platinum. I decided to buy an existing office. I called the Remax head office, and they introduced me to Ken and Deborah because they were planning to sell one of their office, which was at the Fairview Mall Drive. Make a long story short, I decided to buy it. But 8 months through the process, Ken simply says, do you want to buy it or do you want to maybe partner with this branch with us? And I never forget, I first had
Wow.
I was upset. I said, is he
How does take you?
reneging his deal
Yeah.
or this and that? And then when we talk more about it, I went home and I said to my wife, I said, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I want to partner with this
And that
guy.
was at the Fairview office for
Fairview
Remax. So you
office.
paid. So you already had your office,
I had my own
and
office,
you're gonna
and then I
buy a
was
sec.
planning about buying Fairview too.
Wow. And then
Yeah.
he said, "That's interesting.
Uh,
Yeah. At first, you're like, I want to buy it."
yeah,
And then it's like he's like, "How about you work with me?" And then you're
yeah,
thinking, "Yeah, you're trying to be shady now, trying to keep it." Yeah, it's
yeah. You want to
interesting.
keep me as a manager because I'm good at my job,
Yeah, yeah,
and then doesn't allow me to grow. But you see what I said? You take the risk and the chance in life with the one person in your life going to happen.
right.
And Ken said, "No, I want genuinely you become my partner, but I don't know you. You don't know me. Prove to me what you can do for a company."
Okay.
And my job, it was simply to show him my ability, my unique abilities, my skill set, my loyalty and everything. And man, I tell you, Ken, Deborah, and we are probably three individuals from maybe different parents, but we are closer than family.
And how much offices did Ken have or they had before he bought that one with you?
They had Ken, Deborah, they had about four or five offices.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're literally starting. They're starting.
No,
off,
they
you
had
guys-
about 450 agents. They were among the big one
Okay.
in Toronto, not the GTA. There was those days. There were maybe us, Realtron, and a couple of other companies that they had 400 or 500, but everybody was happy with 400 or 500. And then when I came to the game, yeah, I was happy with 400 or 500. I wasn't partner among all the offices. And then I introduced the idea of the let's go York region. Let's go to the Richmond Hill. So we took over the Richmond Hill office. And then we pushed for Newmarket office. Ken was working on that office for 10 years, tried to do an M&A there. And then, one after. But you know what? The beauty between the three of us, when I said the right moment, the right people, the right partnership, and you take that leap of faith, it's not about the contract. It's not about the agreement. It's about that intuition, is that feeling. Our partnership, they got to write a book about it.
Yeah,
we love each other. We die for each other. We talk to each other more than we talk to our own family on a daily basis.
Right.
Probably 10 phone calls a day.
Wow.
Not all the time is about the business. Just sometimes, how are you doing?
And you guys are like what I've learned that actually from, and I didn't know I was gonna learn all this, to be honest. But what I've learned is that you guys all have your like swim lanes. Of you know what his value is. You have your value, because I was telling Ken, I'm like, Ken, like you're like Steve is clearly the one that is out there talking to the agents on the video. Like you clearly are there, and Ken is more. And he was flat out said, yeah, like Steve does amazing being out there on. Like I couldn't find any videos of Ken much online or.
Well, listen, you got to also understand is a transition through our process,
right?
So. We all have a unique ability. We respect our unique lane.
Right.
Plus also we communicate a lot. But the way we communicate a lot, we don't abuse our power. Oh, this is my lane. Don't criticize me. No, we give each other feedback. We respect our decision. But we have created a culture between three of us that we have one goal, to make a difference in the agent's life.
Right.
We have the same vision to make a difference in the communities that we serve and also be the guardian of our industry. That's our vision. It's not for us, oh my God, we have 5,000 agents. Let's get 6,000 agents. Let's get another 500 agents because they are just a dollar sign for us. No, we just want to have I enjoy what I'm doing today here with you.
Right.
I came here, I'm late. But I'm not lying. But I'm not lying to you over the phone that this and that. I was genuine. I'm late. Sorry. This is the relationship that we have with our agent. Agents, they ask us. They said, "How could you give your cell phone number to 2,000 people?" I said, "I don't care. They can call me."
Right.
I genuinely answered.
Yeah, you do.
I get calls. I get calls from Ottawa. I get calls from Simcoe. I get calls from Florida. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I answer them.
100%. Yeah.
But once you have that clear relationship, it's really unbreakable.
Yeah, I remember talking to my friend just about what I want to do to start. Like I'm calling some of you guys, and then and he made a comment saying like, you think they're just gonna come? I'm like, I couldn't picture Steve not saying not saying like 100%, yeah, I can, I'll be there, you know what I mean, but like a week notice. So 100%, it goes to your testament as well. 100%. I
Yeah.
love this. Okay, so a couple more here. So I have a question. So when you look at agents, you ask them, are you coachable? You say. You also say, are they relentless? Like, do they think like winners? I've heard you say that as well. What separates someone who talks like a winner from someone who lives like one? So what separates one?
Mindset.
Yeah, I know you're gonna get go to mindset.
Mindset.
Yeah,
Mindset.
yeah,
A lot of people talk about it,
right,
but they don't act about it.
right.
And it's a start from the mindset. It's like you go to this conference, rah, you come out of it, yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I got it.
Yeah.
But you don't do
You don't
anything
do
about it.
anything.
You don't do anything.
Yeah.
Agents, they constantly ask me, what do you think about this coach? He's a great coach. 6 months down the road, what happened to the coaching? Oh no, Stevie, he or she wasn't my type.
Right.
When agents, they come to me and complain about market, buyers, sellers, Remax, Hallmark, leadership, I always ask them this question.
Yeah.
Could you please tell me in the last 2 weeks, what have you done?
Right. Nothing.
Nothing. No. If their also complaint is legit, I said, okay, so you had this really bad feeling about something that didn't go well with your coach. Let's call it with your coach. Did you candidly tell your coach that you didn't like that?
Probably not.
No.
Never.
So how could you, we are doing a podcast today here,
Yeah.
and you got the studio here going, and a lovely lady is handling everything for us.
Yeah.
Let's say this podcast, something goes wrong with it.
Right.
Don't you think so? She deserved to hear what's your point of
Yeah, like
view
bad
about the
lighting
podcast.
and
Bad lighting, the
this and
sound
bad
wasn't
camera,
good.
the sound's
You know,
not good.
either she, the opposite person, doesn't matter, your broker, your brand, your wife, your husband, your coach, anybody, either has a compelling, reasonable argument, rebuttal you, which you accept, or this open door communication between the both parties will result in a better outcome down the road. The successful agent, they don't listen 100%, but guess what? They take one nugget.
Correct.
The successful agent, the act of just picking up the phone, picking your brain and talk about it,
right?
That's a step forward.
Got you. 100%.
That's the difference.
Mindset, though.
Mindset.
Okay.
Mindset.
All right. So a few here. So you help build the Hallmark culture, 100%. One that tells agents the truth, not just what they want to hear. So why is a radical candor such a big part of what makes Hallmark successful?
Our pillar, the most important pillar, is we are in the business of building your business.
Right.
Okay. So agent asks us this question. Come on, Steve, this is just a slogan. And I tell them candidly, if you make more money, we make more money.
Right.
It's very simple
formula.
True.
You guys pick a lot of commission.
Yeah. If you make more money, we make more money. If you don't make more money, we don't make more money.
Right.
But on the side of that, I keep talking about the relationship with your customer is experience, is a journey. The journey is not about making the money. You make money, I make money, or a company make money. The journey is about impacting personal and professional life.
Right.
Of course, we have it for professional life, how we are doing it. Okay. How we are doing it. But how can I help you in a personal life? How can I help you to build your wealth? How can I help you when you have maybe a personal issue? How can I help you? Maybe you have a health issue. That's the experience that you leave. And that's a success story of the Hallmark, being candor, being transparent, being honest. Yeah, we have good people come to our company. We have good people leave our company. We have people that they don't see the value with us. They come and go. That's fine. That's fine. It's like you go to a listing presentation. Do you get every listing? No, you don't get. Some you get, some you lose. Are you going to cry about it? Are you going to blame yourself why I didn't get it? No, you probably want to learn from that experience. What can you do the next? And it's a law of attraction. Do you attract everybody? No, that's fine. Accept it.
Right.
I firmly believe there is a lot of business out there for everybody, including the brokerages.
Right. And it's interesting because as you say that, a lot of it, there's one other stat that says that Hallmark agents actually do outperform
Yeah.
in 3 to 1
Yeah.
other agents, right?
Yeah.
So we're actually making
More money.
more money. And it's interesting because everything you're talking about, culture and being around, and everything that you talked about today, whenever I get phone calls to join other brokerages, there's these new models that are popping, these new models popping around, and I'm like, you're jumping around a sea of individuals that doesn't have the same culture that you're talking about, and you're gonna try to thrive to be successful. And I think that your atmosphere matters. And I think that
And
yeah.
jumping around is not a
And
issue.
why is that? The average agent. Do you have the number on that? Like what? Because I've had people like not be on my team, and the average has changed 3 brokerages since they've been
Yeah.
on my. I'm like,
I've been
weren't
in the
you?
business. I've been in the business for 29 years
Yeah,
now. This year will be 29 years. Two
yeah,
brand. It's not about the jumping. I am the one gonna admit here and say it. If you make a jump and the jump will cause a growth, okay, why we make a jump? The jump is a professional business jump. It's not a personal jump. It's not a personal relationship jump. If I'm going from IBM to Dell, from Dell to Apple, now I've got a better job, better career, better improvement,
yeah,
better income. Hey, kudos to me. I'm
yeah.
jumping 6 times. I don't care. But if you're just jumping for the sake of, okay, I'm going to save this much here.
Right.
Okay. I'm in denial of my issues versus because my broker told me the truth, because I didn't like their coffee. I don't like that they push me that I got to do these activities on a daily basis. You're just wasting your time. I always say this, 100% of nothing is nothing.
I know.
There are brands out there that you can have everything you want, but if it doesn't make a difference in your business, so move.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. Career advancement, yes, realtor or independent contractor. Yes, is a totally different model versus employee and employer. Okay. But ultimately, I'm willing to make a bet. 70,000 realtor in the GTA. If you interview the entire 70,000, they all want to grow their business.
Yeah.
You don't get a license just because you want to say, I have a license.
Yeah.
The one that they basically fail, that they do 2 or 3 transactions, is the one that they are not in the right environment. They don't have a right coaching. They don't have the right support. Hey,
Yeah.
Hallmark is not the only
you
one.
would
There are a
deem-
lot of great companies out
So
there.
failing, you would say a failing is 2 to 3 deals a year.
Why would you want to do 2, 3 deals a year? If you do less
The
than,
average agent does like, oh, I want to hear this. Yeah, if you less than how much?
if
this
you
year?
do less than 12 transactions
Okay,
a year,
you're failing.
you are failing.
Okay.
You have a job. You have a job.
Right.
You have a job.
Got you.
That's all I
Fine,
can
then.
say.
Yes. Well, so before you wrap it up, so again, I think you're gonna repeat this, but it's though, if you have agents that are watching you right now, they want to be successful. The one piece of advice that you will have for any agent who wants to be an agent, not licensed yet or is licensed, just doing under 12 deals a year. But mind you, 85% are doing 5 transactions. So you're pretty much telling 90% of the people listening to feel it's funny. But I love the truth. What is the one piece of advice that you have for an agent who wants to get over 12 transactions a year? What are they probably doing wrong, and what do they need to be doing?
They don't have the clarity of what they want in their life.
Okay.
They got a license because they watched you, they were your client, doing few showing, you bought a home for them. Oh, it's that easy.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I can feel
People, when they have not a clarity of about their own career, could be an engineer, could be a doctor, could be
that.
a realtor, could be a plumber. Listen, jump to something that you really love to do, passionate about it, and have a clear goal. Why are you doing this? There's nothing wrong if you become a realtor and you make $100,000. You're happy, but you have a defined goal. You are making consistently $100,000 a year. But if you're becoming a realtor, the market is good, you make 100,000. The market is not good, you make $20,000 because you are a reactive realtor. You are not in the right profession, or you haven't have a clarity of the being in a right profession.
Okay.
So clarity is the key. Ask yourself, what do I want to do in this business?
Okay.
Before also go get your license, do me one big favor. Go talk to at least a dozen realtor.
Right.
Go maybe even spend 2 weeks with them on the weekend. Do you have a personality of being a person to be engaging with people, love the challenges? Do you have the gut feeling and the stamina of the maybe don't make any money 1 month?
Mhm.
Do you have the financial backbone of the going up and down? This business is a roller coaster. This business is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Sales is not for everyone.
Right.
It doesn't matter real estate.
Right.
Sales is not for everyone.
Yeah.
But it takes a little bit of the different personality to be for sales.
I love that. So you have just the clarity is probably the biggest thing
Clarity and a mindset.
in the mindset.
If you want to be in the sales, you gotta have the grits, you gotta have the consistency, you gotta have a passion. You cannot give up.
Right.
Clarity and a mindset. Clarity and a mindset.
There we go. Hear from the CEO. Well, you know what, Steve? This was I learned a lot. There was a lot of different nuggets here. So thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming out.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it, brother.
Thank
All
you,
love,
brother.
okay?
Thank you. Appreciate
Okay.
it. Appreciate it.
Later. That was good, man.